Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to another video where we are looking at the Panini Adrenalyn XL 2024-25 collection. I have officially completed the collection. We're going to be showing off our collector's binder today, but first we are going to be looking at, I believe, the last release of this collection, which is of course the Star Signings box, which comes with 48 new cards, including all of the new signings from the summer, a new Golden Baller and 2 limited editions. I'm then going to be adding all of them into my binder, and we'll have one final look at the whole thing before we finish off this series for one last time. So thank you very much for all of your support. Thank you for sticking with me as we collected all of these things. And without further ado, let's get ourselves into our last unboxing of the series, which is, of course, this Star Signings pack. It retails for $14.99 in the UK. Now, obviously, none of these are required for your complete collection, and they're not in any sort of special pack or anything. They're just in one big pack there, and then you get the Golden Baller separate. So I don't actually know who the Golden Baller is going to be, so we'll have a look at him at the end of the episode. I was going to say or her there, but it isn't the Women's Super League in these collections just yet. So here we go then. Let's open them up, and I believe they will be in team order. So, free digital pack for anybody. One final free digital pack for you to unlock, and you can see, nice big stack of cards. Let me just reposition myself here so that we're a little bit closer to the action. And, ooh, I like these, this Star Signings design. This is very, very nice. So we're starting off with Evan Nilsson, who, of course, has been a bit of a revelation at Bournemouth. But you can see it's got the sort of shiny star in the background. Really, really nice, that. And they are numbered 471, so maybe these are meant to be in the collection. I've put stuff in there already into 471. Perhaps I'll have to move things around now. But there you go. We've got 471, Evan Nilsson. They're not in team order. They're actually all mixed up, so I'll have to sort those out. We've got Amari Hutchinson for Ipswich. We have got Jorginho Rutter for Brighton and Hove Albion. We've got Joshua Zirkzee for Manchester United. Of course, Zirkzee scored on the opening day for them. Don't think he's scored too many goals since. Emile Smith-Rowe, probably one of the signings of the season so far for Fulham. Obviously came from Arsenal. We've got Aaron Ramsdale for Southampton. Of course, had a tough time last year. We've got Mikel Merino, who was injured for the first bit of the season. Then we've got Bilal El Kanous for Leicester City. Then we've got Yankuba Minty. Oh, I wish we still had Minty at Newcastle United. But there you go. Lloyd Kelly. I think he was one of the only signings for Newcastle over the summer. We've obviously got Will Asula as well. Don't know if Asula will be in there. Then we've got Maxence Lacroix for Crystal Palace. Wilson Odobert for Tottenham Hotspur. Amadou Onana for Aston Villa, so that's his second card in the collection. Obviously, it is there for Everton. Then we've got Ilkay Gundogan back in the Man City team, and that looks like a really nice card. Really nice design on that one. And then we've got Keenan Drewsbury Hall for Chelsea. Nicholas Füllkrug for West Ham United. We've got Ismaila Sarr for Crystal Palace. Then we've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka for West Ham. West Ham United. Come on. There we go. Then we've got Igor Thiago for Brentford. Manuel Ugarte. Interesting, different style of picture there. It looks like when he actually did sign for them. Obviously, he came from... did he come from Sporting? Might have done. Oh, was it from PSG? I don't know. I think he did play for Sporting in the past, so obviously with the Man United's new manager, hopefully they'll link up well. We've got Elliot Anderson, of course, good signing for Nottingham Forest. We've got Andre for Wolves. That's a nice design as well. We've got Ilman Ndiaye for Everton. Been a good signing for them. Then we have got Cessencio Somerville. We have got Dean Huijsen for Bournemouth. Sander Berge for Fulham. Then we've got Fabio Carvalho for Brentford. Lenny Yoro for Manchester United. Joachim Andersen for Fulham. So, of course, he's got multiple cards in this set because he is part of the High Flyer collection. He was one of the last cards I needed, annoyingly. Matthias Fernandez for Southampton. Ricardo Calafiore for Arsenal. Liam Delap, Ipswich Town. Pedro Neto for Chelsea. Lewis Hall for Newcastle. Interesting because, of course, he made his deal permanent. I wonder if we'll have Raheem Sterling at Arsenal as well. I've got Jadon Sancho at Chelsea. Archie Gray for Tottenham. It's not Andre Gray. There he is, Raheem Sterling. I don't think he's done too much for Arsenal, really. I've not saw too much of him this year. Then we've got Abdul Fatawu for Leicester. João Felix for Chelsea. Maximilian Kilman, one of the great signings, I think, of the summer for West Ham. Really affected Wolves as well. Eddie Nketiah for Crystal Palace. Lucas Bergval. And we've got Ian Matson, Aston Villa. Savinho, who, of course, we already unboxed a Savinho for Man City as the limited edition for the Blaster Box a couple of weeks ago. Then we've got Nikola Milenkovic. Really love these designs. Really nice. Then Sam Johnston for Wolves. Come on, is he going to come on? You know you want to, Sam. There you go. And then we've got Jake O'Brien for Everton. Jean-Claire Todibo. And then we've got some shinies. These are the limited editions. So we've got Matthias de Ligt, limited edition. Very nice there. And Dominic Solanke, limited edition for Tottenham. Fab. Right. Okay. So, no Will Osula. So all I can assume is that he is going to be our final Golden Baller of 2025 is going to be Will Osula. Who is it going to be? Let's find out. Oh, okay. Federico Chiesa is our Golden Baller. Very, very interesting there. Not what I was expecting, going to be honest with you. But there you go, Federico Chiesa. And interestingly, got this Liverpool badge on it. Fairly sure in the main collection, which we'll look at in a minute, we don't have that version of the Liverpool badge. So I think that is the only bit you'll get in the whole collection. I don't know. I don't think Liverpool signed anybody else. I don't think we've seen any other Liverpool star signings there. I'm just sort of sifting through them now. Really beautiful design, by the way. Yeah. Wow. Right. Okay. So what I'll do now is pop these into the collection, and then I'll see you guys once it is all said and done. Well, before we unveil the final ever sort of book, the final collection, what I have got is the match magazine from December. That comes with 2 packs of Adrenalyn XL cards, as well as the limited edition Yuri Tielemans. I'm still waiting on 2 more limited editions. Of course, there's the Strike Hit magazine that comes out later this month. I might do a short or something like that just to sort of take you through that one. But yes, here we are with the match magazine. We'll head over to the opening cam, and there he is, Yuri Tielemans. So we will be putting him into his slot. He'll be the final card that goes in on camera. And then we've got 2 more packs of Adrenalyn XL cards to open. So let's get them open one final time then and see what we get here from our match magazine. And there is one more free digi pack for you. And we have got the Aston Villa club badge. We've then got Rodrigo Muniz, Cameron Burgess, Kobbie Mainoo, and then we have got Callum Hudson-Odoi, John Rickner Bellegarde, and then back to the Aston Villa badge, and one final pack of Adrenalyn XL. This is going to be, I think, pretty much the final packet I open. I guess, you know, however many I get in that Strike Hit mag will, they'll be my last. But it has been an awesome collection, and I've actually finished it, which is amazing. We've got Max Kilman, defensive hero, if it decides to focus. There we go. So we've got defensive hero. We've then got Mavropanos, a powerhouse. We've got Alex Moreno for Aston Villa, Danny Ings for West Ham, Richarlison for Tottenham Hotspur, and Andy Robertson, for Liverpool. So that is our Panini Adrenalyn XL collection. Let's have a look in the book then, once all of the star signings are in and those new limited editions, and show you the final collection. Okay, so I'll do my best to keep everything on track, but here is our first page. Of course, we've got all of the golden ballers, including Martin Odegaard, who was our last golden baller that we got. Ollie Watkins, I think, was fairly early on. Cole Palmer ended up being our very first golden baller in that first pack. In the starter pack, of course, when we opened the big box of cards, we got the Emerald Invincible Parallel. We do have another Invincible card in there, but one of my favourites is, of course, Anthony Gordon and his golden baller. So, moving on to our first completed team page, we have got the Bournemouth team. So you can see all the way from the Bournemouth crest all the way down. And the really nice issue this year was the stadium being in there. Then we have got the Arsenal lineup, as you can see. Pick out your favourites in that one. And then moving on to Aston Villa, who, of course, that club badge, I think, was the last club badge that we got. You can see them all in there. You got the likes of John McGinn, Douglas Luiz still there for Aston Villa. Then we have got Brentford and the likes of Aaron Hickey, Matthias Janssen. Okay, really nice. Obviously, no Ivan Toney anymore, but Ivan Toney is still in there for Brentford in this collection. Then moving on to Brighton. Of course, that was one that we had a lot of early on, but then struggled to actually finish them off. Then we have got Chelsea. And Chelsea, again, were one of the last teams that we managed to fill up because we were waiting for this Stamford Bridge card. Then Crystal Palace. So here they are. Crystal Palace in the binder. Obviously, you get a lot of glare on these binders, but do my absolute best to show you as many of the cards as possible in their slots. On to Fulham. Very nice background, of course, on the Fulham players this year. The Fulham badge was one of the last badges we got as well. And then, of course, Ipswich, one of the newly promoted teams this year, and a team that have not been in Adrenalyn XL for, or any sort of Premier League cards for over 20 years. Then we've got Leicester, of course, former Premier League champions. Then we have Liverpool, who are very likely to be this year's Premier League champions by the looks of things. Then we've got Manchester City. Of course, the defending champions have got the gold badge in the corner. Then we have got Manchester United, and funnily enough, they were the first team that we managed to complete this year. Obviously, some new signings needed to go in there. Then the big one, Toonami. Of course, no Sandro Tonali in this one because he was still banned when this set came out. Sven Botman, he's a big player. When he comes back for Newcastle, you'd hope that will be the start of the improvements. Then we've got Nottingham Forest, doing very well this season. Then Southampton, who are doing not so well this season, followed by Tottenham. And then we have got West Ham United. Some of these stick together a little bit, but there you go, West Ham. And then finally finishing off the base card collection with Wolves there. Then on to the next page, you have got your super stoppers. So we've got our super stoppers, Flecken, Pickford, Leno, Sells, Vicario and Areola. Then we've got our three high flyers. Of course, Joachim Andersen was one of our final cards that we got. You got Beto in there, you got Souček. Then you got a page of defensive heroes. Obviously quite difficult. I'll sort of tilt it that way. Get a little shot of the PS5 there. But there you go. There is the defensive heroes page. Then we have the powerhouses. So, of course, we were waiting a long time for the Sangae powerhouse, but Rob Pontin very, very kindly sent over his swap of that. Then we've got the Relentless cards, one of my favourite of the collection this year. Then we have got the Midfield Masters, full page of them, including good old Bruno Guimaraes. Then we've got the Model Pros and the Breakthrough cards, one of the nicer cards this year. Again, trying to angle it so that we can see them. It's very, very difficult. There we go. That's a little bit better. Then we've got Hypersonic. And then moving on to the Precision cards this year. Very different style. Then you've got the Adrenaline Rush. I always like these pictures a bit more zoomed in of the players on the Adrenaline Rush cards. Then you got a full set of Magic Touches on one page there. And then onto the next lot, you've got the Fire and Ice cards. Again, just trying to show you all the angles. Then we got the World Class cards, including, of course, Wout Fass, which was, I believe, the final card we needed for our collection this year. Got Joe Linton in the middle there. And then on to the next page, we have got Phenoms, and then these were trolls, these, to be honest with you. The Hotshot cards made you think that you had a golden ball in there. And then, of course, we've got the Premier League trophy right there. Beautiful card this year, that Premier League trophy. And then we move on to the star signings. So they have got their own home. Of course, you've got the Federico Chiesa Golden Baller. That goes in that top left there. Then we have got all the star signings. Really, really like those this year. And very, very nice. Of course, we've looked at them earlier in today's video, although I recorded that over a week ago. But there they all are. And you can see them all in their glory. Absolutely beautiful. And then we get on to my special cards that I have collected, limited edition special cards. So we've got our excellence cards. I've got Kai Havertz, Visser, Szoboszlai there. We've got Rodrigo and then Alexander Isak, all excellence cards. Then we've got our Crystal Crest cards. We've got Leicester City and West Ham United. Then we've got our history maker, Didier Drogba, Michael Owen, Sergio Aguero and Wayne Rooney, before we get on to the limited edition cards, of which we have got Milos Kerkesh, we've got Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka. Then we have got Tyrone Mings, and we're about to put in our next card, which is going to be the Yuri Tielemans limited edition, which comes from the Match magazine in December. We then have Matthias Jensen, Pervis Estupinian, Moses Caicedo, Mudryk, Sam Johnston, Michael Elise, Vitaly Michaelenko, Harry Wilson, Leif Davis, Jamie Vardy, of course. We got a signed Jamie Vardy one. Darwin Nunez, Virgil van Dijk, Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, and Silvinho. He was, of course, from the Blaster box. Then we got Matthias de Ligt. And I had to add in another binder page because there wasn't enough in this collection for all of these. So I have had to just sort of blue tack one in. I'll cut one out of another collection. Then we've got Højlund, Botman, Elanga, Jan Bednarek signed. And then we got Son Heung-min, a space for Brennan Johnson when he comes in the Strike Hit magazine. And then finally we have got Solanke, Fabianski, and the final card of the collection is Hwang Hee-chan. He is on his way. I managed to get him on eBay for 99 pence, so he will fit in there perfectly. And that will be a full binder of cards to complete our... So there we have it then. That is our Panini Adrenalyn XL collection complete, a full binder. And I've really, really enjoyed it. So thank you very much for joining me on the journey of filling this all up. Any advice from me to give to you guys collecting these things would be to buy the big display boxes. I think a couple of them, if you can buy them, about 50 quid on eBay, about half the price of what Panini sell, that is going to complete your collection. Because most of my collection was completed from that. Of course, we got the Emerald Parallel Invincible as well, which was awesome. You get Crystal Crests in there, which of course you can't get anywhere else. So that for me would be my advice. And of course, for the limited editions, guaranteed golden ballers, you want to be collecting the tins. Get one of each of them. And I reckon for just shy of 200 quid, you could definitely... do this. I've probably spent a lot more than that, but we're not going to talk about that. The amount of money I've spent on this is quite ridiculous. But anyway, it has been an absolute pleasure. Of course, we've got the rest of the countdown calendar to open up. As you will have seen, I did manage to get the Michael Owen card eventually, so that is in my collection. So keep an eye out for when that comes out every single day at 10 o'clock on the channel, and there will be another short to open up the Strike It magazine for this month and get that final those final couple of bits of limited edition in the collection. So it is an officially completed binder, which is the first time I've ever managed that with football cards. I did it a few years ago with the F1 TurboTax, but never have I done it with Adrenalyn XL, and I believe that is the end of Panini's contract with the Premier League, so it'll be the last time you see Adrenalyn XL for a number of years, perhaps ever. We're back to Match Attacks next year, so I'll probably give that a go for the first run of Match Attacks. That really will be nostalgic, going back to my youth where I was unboxing man of the match cards and all of that. I remember it very, very well. I've still got a few of the binders. I might try and dig them out and show them off on camera, at least what I managed to collect back in the day. But no, thank you very much for joining me on this nostalgic journey. If you have enjoyed it, then give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more collecting videos in the future. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.